Pascal Chukwu will jump it up against Taylor Adway. And we are underway tonight in the Dome. The tip won by the Orange. And Syracuse Steve will enjoy possession for the first time tonight. Will be interesting to see if they go to our guy Chukwu right off the bat.
I think that ball's going to go to Battle the first play, to be honest with you. As good as Chukwu played the other day, I'm still going to try to get Battle involved right off the bat.
So our officials led by the veteran Brian O'Connell. Here's Battle. Lobs to Chukwu. Tough catch by Pascal. And a floater won't go.
Pascal's got to keep that ball up high. Put it up there nice for him. That's a good tip in for him.
Well, both our guys touched that possession. I claim victory for both of them.
All right.
Here's the 2-3 zone that Toledo will have to deal with all night tonight in the Dome. Their freshman point guard, Marion Jackson. Free throw line jumper for Fletcher. And Frank Howard a touch. Still scoreless.
It's a good look for Fletcher right there in the high post, though. He can knock that down.
Averaging 20 a game, the Colorado transfer. Makes those more than he misses. Howard drives. Found Moyer, who is fouled. Not sure if that was to Moyer or Chukwu, but Matthew takes advantage, and the Orange will shoot free throws.
Yeah, it was a nice pickup here. You know, Frank drove. They found the open man. I don't know who he threw it to, but in the end, this is good for Moyer. Gives him a chance to get involved in the game by getting to the free throw line. Hopefully he can knock these down and get some confidence.
It's the first, and Matthew Moyer is a guy that if he's to have an important role on the Syracuse team, it is the effort hustle guy.
Yeah, and sometimes you play with a little more effort after you make a shot or two, so hopefully this will get him going.
1-2. Toledo ball again dealing with the orange zone. Jalen Sanford's their leading scorer. Was their primary point guard a year ago. Plays more off ball thanks to this guy, the freshman Marion Jackson, this year.
I'm curious to watch Jackson today, see how he handles it as a freshman in this environment.
Great passing inside. Chukwu a block, but a foul.
You see they got that ball behind the zone. He took it up strong. Had a chance for a charge there, Bissett did, but he really didn't come out and take it. And in the end, I don't know how much contact there was there on that shot.
Taylor Adway will be the free throw shooter. We talked to Coach Kowalczyk the other day. He said he's played against zones before, hasn't he? Former Orange assistant Rob Murphy's the coach at Eastern Michigan in their league, the MAC.
Yeah, Rob Murphy's done a good job there running the 2-3 zone, but obviously we talked earlier, it's not Rob's zone, it's Coach Boeheim's zone. So Todd also has got a losing record, too, against them. So I think he's going to be a little bit nervous here today going up against the Orange.
He didn't say he'd figured it out. He said he'd learned a lot from it. We'll see if the lesson applies tonight. Just tied at 1. Battle's first shot. Rebound, Chukwu, and another putback.
Yeah, that's a great follow-up right there by Chukwu. Good way to get started.
So Pascal doing a little bit of what he did on Monday night when he had career highs in points, rebounds, and block shots. Does have the one foul early, though.
Toledo's going with a two-guard set. They're really trying to get either a high ball screen or get it into that elbow area.
There's Navigado in the corner. The Orange know him as a shooter. Sanford driving. Lost it. Orange ball.
Got a little bump going in there, but got to be a little stronger with the basketball. The good thing about this turnover, it goes through the baseline, and Syracuse can't go with it.
We saw that immediate trap, too, on Nate Navigado in the corner. He's their leading three-point shooter.
Even though you know it's coming, it's a little scary when it happens to you that first time, that's for sure.
Howard hits. 15-footer for Frank.
Nice pull-up for Frank Howard. Good way for the Orange to get started today. A lot of people have gotten into the game already here in the first few minutes.
5-1, an early lead here in the Dome. Toledo yet to find the bucket from the floor. Marion Jackson, Sanford, a high post touch for Fletcher. Now Navigado for 3 hits.
And that's what he does, and that was a good 1-3-1 set, getting the ball into the high post, and Fletcher did a good job of finding the open man.
Well, that's a good adjustment by Toledo. They got Navigado trapped in the corner one possession. Good look from 3 the next time down.
This can be interesting, too, to watch Toledo and see how they handle ball screens. They're going to be seeing a lot of them today.
Tyus Battle banks one in. Unfair if he's doing that.
Yeah, the banks are open at 7 o'clock.
On Thanksgiving Eve of all days.
Yes, of all days, right?
Orange up early. Already seen a 3 from Navigado. Toledo really trying to shoot those 3s this year at a higher volume.
And that's what they need to do to Navigado. They need to get him to put the ball on the floor. They got to run him off the line.
Adway was either fouled or traveled, and it will be a second on Chukwu. So Pascal plays his best game of his career On Monday night, early foul trouble here the next time out.
Yeah, it's always tough here. He picked up one real quick one, and as I said, it probably didn't feel like a foul to him, so he kept on playing aggressive, and now he's going to have to sit on the bench here and watch a lot of here of the first half.
Well, we'll see how long Barama Sidibe can keep it going at center for the Orange. He's been limited with a knee recently. Still early stages in the Dome. A Navigado 3 would tie. Instead, Stanford a 3. Blocked by Howard.
Great contest, getting out on the shooter. That's something they're going to have to do tonight.
Battle. Pull up. Toe on the line, long 2.
I say he picked up right where he left off.
I think so. One little banked in jumper got him going, and Tyus Battle already 4 points. He had 25 on Monday. 16 of those came in the first half of the win against Oakland. Fletcher. Won't go. Got his own miss. Foul this time and one.
Hadway made a great play on that and keeping the ball alive, and obviously with the second chance opportunity, Fletcher knocked it down. They got to be able to grow up fast here today and realize how to play with fouls.
Well, we'll see how the young guys do. As we know, Sidibe is a freshman. Coach refers to Chukwu as essentially a freshman because he really hasn't played a lot. Free throw for Fletcher, no good, but he got his own miss again. So Toledo ball, one of their patented threes, could tie this game.
It's the second time they've been able to get a tap out, and that's something you can do against Syracuse if you can't come down to rebound, keep it alive.
High-low passing finds Kanapke for the dunk. There's the instant offense. Coach Kowalczyk likes off the bench.
Talk about Kanapke shooting threes, but he is 7 foot and can finish down inside.
Is listed at 6'11". Coach swears he's 7 foot and just doesn't want to be known as that. Either way, he can score.
I think he wants to be a shooter, so if he's 7 foot, he's got to stay inside. So.
Right. It's like Kevin Garnett theory. Battle drives, floater short. Another rebound for Trayshawn Fletcher, who's been very active on the glass here in the early going.
First team I think Syracuse has played that's had a center, 7 foot that can really affect possible some shots inside for them as well.
Sanford. And now Fletcher. He's been at the high post much of the game. To the corner. 3 a bit long for Navigado, who's already made 1. Had a good look there for another.
Absolutely. He's not going to miss many of those.
This guy's shooting 38% from 3 this year, 41% a year ago. Howard fouled on the take.
Yeah, ball screens are going to be something Toledo's going to have to defend. I think Syracuse has put them in ball screens after ball screens here to start the game, and they're going to give them the mid-range shot, but the one thing you don't want to do is foul the jump shooter, and Sanford's too good of a player for that. He's got to just go up and not put any contact on Frank Howard.
Howard is the shooter. Orange sub Merrick Dolezaj in for the first time. And Dolezaj has been an exciting find for this Orange team, the freshman.
Yeah, he's definitely brought a lot of energy to the team. Every time he comes in, he does a good job on the boards for them.
Howard with a pair, he's got 4. Syracuse by 3. Barely more than 5 minutes complete here in the Dome. This is Dylan Alderson in the game for the first time, the freshman. Sanford's going to play a majority of this game, either with the ball in his hands or off ball. He runs to the point now.
You just got to watch Napke. He's playing the high post right now. I could see him possibly stepping out.
Stepped out to the free throw line. A collision and a charge taken by O'Shea Brissett.
Nice play by Brissett here. Napke had the shot right away, and he decides to put it on the floor. He takes it right into his chest. That's a nice, easy call. Way to give up your body.
Freshman sliding over there in front of Luke Kanapke, the sophomore out of Ohio. Orange ball, 3-point lead. Sidibe, a drive. And
nice move by the big fella, huh?
Didn't know that he had that in his arsenal.
I thought he was hurt. I thought his knee was bothering him. He was sandbagging in practice yesterday, I think. Took it hard, got away, got some contact, and still got it up on the glass. Now
Dylan Alderson.
Just need to get the free throws going now for him.
That has not been a strong suit yet for young Barama Sidibe. Now 4 out of 14 in his early Cuse career. He's been an exciting watch, though, hasn't he, early? Very active so far in these 4 games he's played.
Yeah, and they kind of have a two-headed monster with both the centers, and although they're both tall, they both bring different things to the team when they get out there.
Another miss. Another rebound for Trayshawn Fletcher. That's 4 rebounds already for Fletcher.
Going with a 1-4 set now, trying to get the ball into the high post and then looking to skip or looking for corners.
Fletcher's been their high post guy much of the game. That pass intended for him, stolen by Sidibe. Howard. Now Battle. Brissett, a corner 3. And Sanford tracks back for the rebound.
Syracuse got to get out to the three-point shooters in transition as well. They did a good job getting back.
So we've not seen Toledo push pace much yet tonight, though they did score 87 points their last time out in their win against Oakland on Saturday. Kanapke grabbed by Howard.
Yeah, Frank did a good job of digging in there, trying to get the ball out of the high post or get a steal. See here, he's just got to be a little bit smarter.
I think we saw his facial reaction afterwards that he knew that.
Yes, he did. He almost picked up another one there. He better be careful.
A little hot stove there. Frank getting his hand off. Fletcher, impressive early on the glass.
Shot clock's going down here. It's going to be a tough possession for him.
Sanford tried to kick to the corner. Tyus Battle spied it the whole way. Outlets Howard, attacks the tin. Missed the layup. Sidibe blocked by Kanapke. Transition defense for the Rockets. Kanapke, there's his first jumper. May have been blocked by Sidibe. They do rule a tip.
A good contest.
Orange had 15 blocks on Monday night against Oakland. Battle, another jumper, his 3rd.
And that's that ball screen we're talking about. I think it's going to be difficult for them to continue to play it and let him penetrate.
What do you do with Tyus Battle if you're opposing teams right now?
I think you got to get out and you got to show, you got to get the ball out of his hands. You got to make other people beat you.
Sanford trying to beat the Orange, misses long. Brissett had it, lost it. Dolajai now.
He's got a nose for the ball.
He's got a magnet in him or something. He always seems to end up where the basketball is. Here's Howard. Free throw line pull up, good for Frank. And so that's Howard and Battle both hitting here.
And that's what they're giving them. They're giving them the mid-range shots. If Syracuse is going to knock them down, they're going to have to come up with another way to defend the ball screen.
Well, Howard and Battle have combined for 12, rather, the Orange 15. They each have 6. And it's been that mid-range ball screen game that Coach is talking about that has opened up this Syracuse lead. Fletcher, he'll drive, pull up, blocked. Perimeter block shots this game. That time Brissett. See if they go to the ball screen again. Here's Battle.
They switched that one between guards, but now they got a mismatch inside. Syracuse is going to try to utilize it. Maybe not the best of shot on the mismatch.
Sidibe had the guard on him, and Howard bombed over the top to no avail. Orange defense, though, stellar again. A steal by Battle. Gave it back. Kanapke. Fouled by Sidibe. And now both Orange centers are in foul trouble. Orange up 7 for the
high ball screen, whether or not they want to get out and show and get the ball out of the hands. But as long as Syracuse can get downhill and penetrate, they're giving them the mid-range jump shot.
Adrian Autry coaching up his freshman, Paramas Sidibe. He just picked up a second foul, which is why Luke Kanapke is at the free throw line. He's got 2. Pascal Chukwu back in the game with 2. 11 minutes to go in the half. This is an issue for Coach Boeheim right now.
Yeah, and the good thing is you got 2 of them. So Chukwu had a chance to get on the bench. Hopefully this is where the assistants could come in and talk to him and kind of talk him through how to play with this type of foul trouble.
Now Toledo will show full court pressure for the first time.
Yeah, 1-2-2 press, just trying to slow Syracuse down a little bit. Looks like they're going back into a 3-2 zone here. Something that surprised to see them playing, actually.
Can this affect that ball screen game you're talking about?
It can, absolutely, because then you're switching it from guards up front. You're making Syracuse play something a little different. But, it's not something I'm sure that Toledo works on a lot.
Late shot clock. The Orange do get it off, and Frank Howard beats the buzzer.
Not a bad idea out of a timeout, though. I don't think they'll stick with that, but out of the timeout, maybe just give Syracuse something different. Howard did a great job of finding the open area and knocking down the shot.
Well, it'll be interesting to see the next time down, or a few trips from now, if they stay with that zone. The Orange ripped apart Texas Southern's 2-3 zone on Saturday. Merrick Dolezaj operating at the high post then. Navigado inside a reverse layup.
And that's got to be a steal. Anytime Syracuse gets a trap like that, Moyer's got to make that rotation and get that steal, or at least a deflection. Yeah, Toledo's back into their man-to-man.
So just one little look out of the timeout. But the Orange still scored against it, albeit late shot clock. Off-ball foul. Trayshawn Fletcher, his first. No shots as of yet. Fouls 5 apiece, you can see. Gino Thorpe in for the first time now, replacing Brissett. The Orange will go 3-guard lineup. A foul inside and a third on Chukwu for an illegal screen. He got called for that twice on Monday and once here in the first half.
Well, I guess the assistants didn't talk to him enough on the bench. You know, you only get to play with 5, and that's just a silly play, and didn't really see much in that.
I'll say, looking at the replay, that's not what he got called for on Monday, but another offensive foul off ball. But 3 fouls. Sidibe now back in, and the freshman will have to play with 2. Long 3 from Marion Jackson.
And that's tough. Jackson just checked into the game, chucked up a 3. Probably not something the shot the coach wanted.
Howard again. 10 already.
And he's off to a great start. He's found that mid-range game. He's playing with a lot of confidence.
His Tyus Battle's jump shooting is contagious. Frank Howard, 10 points right now, all on those mid-range jump shots. Navigado. Dolezaj the rebound.
Comes a ball screen.
Battle, 3 over the top. Alderson, the freshman, snags the glass. Fellow Frost Jackson advances. Navigado, corner, Alderson. Navigado, the 3-point threat, hits a second.
That's great ball movement by Toledo. We're able to take the ball to the baseline. Navigado peeled back behind the ball, got himself a good look. There's
a guy that is always going to run to the 3-point line. Frank Howard is feeling it. Heat check. Rebound Thorpe. And Howard again.
Went under that ball screen with Howard, kind of baited him into that shot.
That's something in years past defensives would gladly do, and Howard's improved the jumper. Battle mid-range, another.
And that's what you got. You got to live with something. As Toledo, they're living with Syracuse with those 2-point shots, those pull-ups, and Syracuse is hurting them right now.
Well, Toledo here hanging around, but down 6. The 3-pointers have kept them in it. Navigado couldn't handle. Alderson just shy of midcourt. Navigado, he'll drive. Dolezaj denies.
Good job of getting Navigado to put the ball on the floor. That's what Syracuse is going to have to do.
Not his comfort zone. Howard will take it to the rim. Hadway the rebound. Transition. Fletcher. Battle. Fouls.
Good push for Toledo off of the miss. Well, I'd send the 2 big guys, as Sidibe, have Chukwu there. They could put on about 10, 20 pounds each. They'd be even better. Maybe they wouldn't be picking up so many fouls tonight.
Did you see the lattice work he had on the apple pie? I mean, that's next level.
That's culinary work. That's
exactly.
What that is.
Chef Adway, I'm going to his restaurant in about 10 years. How about that? Trayshawn Fletcher misses the free throw. Coach Kowalczyk told us legitimately, he said it's the best Thanksgiving meal he'd ever had.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this dude by himself cooked for 30 people during the season. I don't know how he pulled that off.
Well, I'm sure the teammates were very appreciative. That's for sure.
I hope so. He better have people doing his laundry for him and all sorts of stuff after that.
Here they going into their 3-2 zone again, out of a timeout. Just giving Syracuse a different look.
Twice we've seen this now. Dolezaj, high post, battle, corner 3. Sidibe the rebound.
Nice play, Sidibe kicking it out.
Thorpe stuck. Dolezaj was their zone buster on Saturday against Texas Southern out of the high post. Thorpe. Corner again, Battle. Howard open three. Another offensive rebound, and that's part of the problem. If you don't play the zone a lot, rebounding's an issue.
Absolutely. You forget about your rebounding, your blockout responsibilities.
Thorpe to the rim, got the feed from Sidibe.
So a great pass. And, you know, Toledo had 2 possessions there that gave Syracuse, so really it wasn't about the zone. It's just that they didn't finish the possession.
And the Orange got extra chances that time down. 3 long looks at it.
Going back to their 2-guard set. Nice high-low.
There's Adway, well fed, and dunks it home.
Well fed, well said.
That was a nice zone offense there by Toledo, so we've seen it both ways. It appears, Coach, they're right back in the man.
Right back in the man. So that's just something out of a timeout. Syracuse, now that they've seen it, they can expect it.
Howard.
There's a ball screen again. They went up high with the pass.
Sidibe stuck. Dolezaj driving Howard. Tried to dunk to Dolezaj, and finally the 3-second violation is called. Sidibe was down there for a minute.
And Frank, as he's driving on that, I mean, he had a wide open Tyus Battle. He's got to find him. Anytime Battle's open, he's got to get the ball.
Say it's rare for Tyus to be open and not have the ball this season. Frank Howard, the leading assist man right now in the Orange. Toledo, though, hanging around here. 6-point game. Sanford's first good look. It hits.
And we were just talking about that. He's been quiet. He's not going to stay quiet for long. He's too good of a player, and that's too good of a look for him. That 2-guard set's giving Syracuse some issues once they get that ball in the high post the last 2 possessions.
They're not scoring 23 a game by accident. That's what Jalen Sanford's at in this young season. His first points tonight. Thorpe. Sidibe will drive again. His second 4-way inside the lane. Howard now. Dolezaj for 3. And no second chance this time down.
Good defensive possession for Toledo on that.
But Sanford was going to pull
Yeah,
the
he's
transition.
thinking about it, right?
Just made the one. A step behind from where he made it. Toledo slows for a moment. Kanapke turnaround Jay. Large ball. Looks like Toledo's settling into this game a little bit.
Yeah, I was just going to say they look real comfortable, and then he floats up an air biscuit there. So, you know, they got the ball inside. That's exactly what they want to do. They just got to make a better decision, or obviously shoot the ball and put it in the basket. He's capable of making that shot.
Large up there was Merrick Dolezaj out. O'Shea Brissett returning. Frank Howard's had himself a heck of a night so far, already double-figure scoring. This guy's double figures every game. Battle. Another offensive rebound.
Syracuse has got to get some movement offensively, though. As much as the ball screens were working for them, they need to get more player movement.
Brissett, a 3 rips the nets. Got it from Battle.
Nice setup. Good to see Brissett get off with a shot, knock down a 3. Hopefully that'll get him going as well.
Kanapke free throw line, corner 3. Navigado could not answer. It's a good look there for Toledo.
Yeah, Kanapke's a little unsure after the air ball last time. He was wide open. He just didn't want to shoot it again.
Thorpe. A baseline drive taken quite literally out of bounds. And the Orange stretching the lead.
A little peel back. Getting a shot from the Navigado as far as getting those 2 going and shooting. That's something Toledo's going to have to do. And as the game starts getting a little bit closer, the zone will start getting spread. It opens up the middle. Toledo,
that was a couple of their 3 made threes. The Orange just 1 out of 9 at the moment beyond the arc. A look there for Sanford in the corner was deflected by Battle.
They've done a good job when they've run that 1-4 high of getting some deflections and the pass out of the post. So that's good for Syracuse.
Fletcher and Sanford playing catch, the 2 leading scorers. Kanapke. No air ball this time, but would not drop. Adway. Altered Orange ball. Well, the Orange rim protection again has been good tonight. Brissett just hit the 3. This time to the free throw line. A rare foul line in play. Miss for the Orange in this game, but a foul on the rebound. Trayshawn Fletcher, his second. Not the bonus yet, one more. Howard gets it in play, and the Orange reset. So he did not see the zone off the timeout this time. So
no.
Just the two. Brissett attacks.
It's a great finish. Great finish, because the other day he really struggled to finish around the hoop, and that was a nice take for O'Shea.
Right through contacts. Orange by 8. Steal by Howard. Has Thorpe ahead. Transition 3. Around it off. Rebound Kanapke.
Pace of the game starting to pick up a little bit. See who this favors right now.
Hard to say so far. We've not had a lot of up and down. Sanford transition 3 knocks it down. There's an early answer.
Yeah, and I knew something was going to have to give today with Toledo averaging 86 points a game and Syracuse only giving up 56. So that's the battle. I'm curious to see what happens.
Monday night, the Orange held Oakland to 50, the fewest points they'd scored in 4 years. Thorpe. High post again. Brissett. Foul. Several Toledo players in the area. They'll get Adway.
Coach Kowalczyk said he was strictly man-to-man. I've seen a lot of zone here today out of his team.
Yeah, he was unequivocal about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to see Brissett getting involved, making a 3, getting it strong to the basket.
Coach's quote when we asked him if he plays any zone is he's not comfortable with gray areas. He likes knowing who to blame when things go wrong.
Yeah, I think the man-to-man, the ball screens were hurting him so much he had to get into the gray areas, because Syracuse was definitely taking care of those mishaps.
Guess that means coach is not comfortable right now with having to go to that defense. Brissett with 7. Fletcher, lefty 3. It's a 4th Toledo 3.
We said before, it's not just one person that can knock down threes. Syracuse just a mental lapse right there. They're back in their 3-2 zone.
And they're switching defenses and a turnover. As you said, Toledo has just really hardly played zone. The Orange could not have necessarily been expecting this.
Absolutely.
Well, Syracuse has played against a lot of zone this year. Kanapke. Fletcher just made a 3. Near steal for Thorpe. Sanford. Fletcher for a second. Back to back.
Fletcher starting to heat up, starting to look a little bit like James Harden out there with that lefty. He's got the beard, and now they got some confidence in the zone that they're playing as well.
It's a good style comparison there. It is a nice beard there for Fletcher. And timeout for Coach Boeheim.
Good timeout for Coach right here.
So when they went back, broke it down, the decision was, well, let's shoot more of them.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the things that you're seeing more and more in college basketball. It's 3s or 2s.
Well, Toledo is 6 of 11 from the outside. The Orange 1 out of 10.
Now they're in a 1-3-1 out of the timeout. Just something different for Syracuse. See how they react to it.
Late stages first half. Howard, Thorpe, open 3, answers.
Sometimes you roll the dice as a coach and it works. Sometimes it doesn't. And that's Syracuse, nice answer out of that timeout.
Well, let's see if Toledo can answer one more time as the shot clock is off before halftime.
Want to make sure to get the last shot, shoot it with about 7 seconds.
It's going up now from Sanford, and why not? A 7th 3 of the half. One more before the break. Online, but short from Howard. And we will head to halftime in a 1-point game. First half, and it was Toledo's 7th 3 of the first half. You're going to shoot 7 out of 12 from 3. You're going to be in more games than not, and that is why Toledo is down just 1 as we start the second half.
Sure, Toledo would have liked to kept playing.
Well, Toledo here, they haven't had the lead yet, so we'll see if they can heat up just like they were at the end of the half. Kanapke for the lead. Brissett rebounds. See if Battle can have another big second half. First jumper will not go.
Both teams got pretty good looks coming out of halftime.
Kanapke again, pondering. Chukwu back in the game with the fouls. Navigado with 3 and 8th of the game. And Toledo takes the lead for the first time.
Just getting it into the high post, finding the open man, and there's enough guys that can shoot on Toledo.
Well, this is the style you worry about if you're Syracuse, a team that can make a ton of threes, and Toledo's doing that tonight. O'Shea Brissett got his own miss. Moyer, a third try, and one.
And that's where the effort right there. Great effort play. O'Shea Brissett keeping it alive, and then Moyer getting the finish, the hoop and the harm. All starts with Syracuse getting the ball into the paint and then beating them to the loose ball. See no box out here, and then Moyer just staying with it, getting it up high on the glass, and hopefully this is the type of energy Syracuse is going to need here to get it going in the second half.
Moyer completes that one. Arch back in front. Now we got ourselves a little game going back and forth. Lead changing hands for the first couple times tonight. We were tied at 1, then Syracuse led the rest of the half. Now 2 lead changes early, second half.
It's too easy getting the ball into the high post right now. Syracuse doing a good job right there getting the deflection, but still everything's starting. The negative starts for Syracuse the minute that ball gets into the high post.
Let's go to Monica Ortiz. Monica?
Well, Coach Boeheim said his team just stopped playing defense, and if they can't play defense, then they can't beat anyone. He said the team stopped for about 2 minutes, and that's when you saw Toledo make 4 3-pointers.
All right, Monica and Coach, that was, what was it, the last 2 minutes of the first half when Toledo roared back. Kanapke blocked by Chukwu. Good defense by Pascal, playing with 3 fouls. Howard, the mid-range J, hits another. 12 now for Frank Howard.
They went under on that screen, giving Frank the shot, and Frank's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. They go under, they give you to it, you got to take it.
And that's something that Frank Howard has more thoroughly added to his arsenal here in his junior season. Sanford had the half closing 3. Cutting Kanapke. Battle, the glass.
Toledo looking for a foul on that one.
Tyus Battle. Nothing doing yet for Tyus here after halftime. He's got 3 straight games where he's had at least 1 half in double-figure scoring. 8 in the first half today. Tyus, his own miss. The Arch reset. Battle again. Moyer driving. Battle. Elevates. Toledo ball, and that was a long defensive possession, and well done by the Rockets.
They did a good job of helping. They did a good job off of the ball. They knew Battle wants to get in the paint. They made him give it up and just made Syracuse have a difficult possession.
Let's see if Toledo goes to the long ball again to tie this game up. 8 threes made today. Navigado. He's had 3 of them himself. Instead, this time he shoots at the free throw line. Perhaps too close for Navigado.
Absolutely.
Get that man in the corner. Arch have it with this slim lead. Howard's been outstanding tonight. Head check.
It's not enough player movement, not enough ball movement for Syracuse right now. I think if they can move the ball, get the ball side to side, make them defend, then get into a ball screen, they may be able to get some action going to the hoop.
3rd foul on Trayshawn Fletcher. The new rule this year with the shot clock resetting to 20 in this scenario, as opposed to the full 30. Howard, floater.
Big time. Missed box out for Toledo. Great follow-up from Moyer.
Early in his career, but it's a career high 6 points now for Moyer. Alderson, Navigado, to Moyer.
Another great play by Moyer, getting in front of that, getting the steal.
Transition, Howard finishes.
That's something Syracuse hasn't had. They only had 2 points in transition in the first half. live ball turnover leads to a transition basket for the Orange.
It's a 9-0 run since Toledo took its only lead of the night, and the Orange have answered back quickly. Fletcher wipes out Battle. And let's see if Tyus is okay, reaching for his lower back. He hit. That was a loud noise, Steve, as Tyus hit the ground. He's not even coming out of the game. Notable, he did not sit down once during that timeout.
I think what you want to do is you want to keep it moving. Anytime you fall like that, the best thing you can do is just get moving and get back into the game. And sometimes the adrenaline will take over, and you'll feel that pain for sure tomorrow.
Sanford's three is short. Rebound to Howard. And we'll keep an eye on Battle here. You can see him at the top of your screen. Again, that's only in real time about 3 minutes ago when he hit the deck. Howard attacking. Jump ball. We'll keep it with Syracuse. It'll be interesting to see if Tyus is compromised in any way. What has to change for the Orange on offense? It may be Frank Howard's show now.
It's going to have to be right now, and it's going to have to be other people stepping up and giving some energy for Syracuse.
Matthew Moyer's given great energy this half. And Frank Howard did not have an option to inbound. It takes timeout. In the Vatican, a wonderful trip for this Toledo team this summer. They played some games over there, Steve, but that was kind of incidental to the great fun and time that Todd Kowalczyk and his group had together.
Yeah, anytime that, the basketball is always secondary, and it's the friendships and it's the culture that you get that really, that's one of the great things about playing college basketball and getting that experience once every 4 years.
Once in a lifetime trip for those guys. Howard's jumper is good.
There's the ball screen again, and Frank, if they're going to give him that, he's going to have to step up here in the second half and really be a great scorer for the Orange.
Tyus Battle is still in the game after landing hard on his back, but has yet to touch the ball since then. Still barely a minute ago in game time. Fletcher, Battle closes but grimaces. Sanford. Moyer breaks it up. Matthew Moyer having perhaps his best 5-minute stretch in Orange.
Definitely playing with a lot more energy here tonight and playing with some emotion, which is what you want to see.
6 points, 4 rebounds for the redshirt freshman Boyer. Kanapke, strong take.
Took it right at the chest, knowing that they don't want to pick up a foul. Good finish at the rim.
That is Toledo's first 2-point basket in nearly 10 minutes. They've been relying on the three. Howard's free throw. Slide jumper is off.
As much as it's there as a point guard, you want to get your team involved. You want to get the ball moving, get it side to side, then it get back in Frank's hands for possible ball screen. So I think that's something Syracuse has got to try to do, get a little more ball movement rather than just sticking with one play, one action to try to get a shot.
Dolezaj out for setback in. How tough is that for Howard right now when the main guy he wants to pass to is clearly compromised?
I think the biggest thing right now is, this is what he's got to figure out. When things aren't going as a point guard, how can you make something happen for your team, but at the same time, not dominate the game? You got to do stuff for others right now.
Alderson leaves the three short. We'll see what Howard does this time.
Good decision right there. He probably could have taken the shot, but he realized he's got to get some things for other people.
Coach Boeheim calls the play with 2 fists high in the air. The double screen for Howard. Moyer, late shot clock now. Battle's first touch since the fall. He'll have to shoot. Short for Battle, and he immediately grabs the bag. And that's going to get Gino Thorpe right to the scorer's table. And imagine Tyus is coming out of the game. He does not look right at all.
His leg is just kind of locked up on him. You could see it.
Fletcher's three hits. And they'll call timeout to get Tyus Battle out of the game.
He's been dead on him. He's going to have to get some treatment, get some type of pressure on there and try to alleviate whatever, just as far as the muscles that I'm sure are spazzing up on him.
Well, the fall happened at 15:44 to go in the game. He comes out 2.5 minutes later. We shall see if and when he returns. Thorpe, his replacement.
Tough coming in, taking that shot right off the bat, but that's something he's going to have to do here with Battle being out of the game.
This is a double worry for the Orange now. Your best player is out of the game hurt, and you're in a ball game. Kanapke's operated at this spot most of the night.
also a great opportunity for Syracuse. Other people are going to have to step up this year. No better time than right now today.
Alderson, tough floater, and fouled by Chukwu, his fourth.
See Chukwu coming up here, leaving his feet, going straight up. Not much of contact there. Ball's already out of the hand. I think he went straight up as well. That's a tough call.
Especially for a fourth foul.
A lot of adjustments for Syracuse right now. And the question is, can Toledo take advantage of all the things that are kind of going wrong right now? There's an open window for them to really start putting together some possessions, both offensively and defensively, as Syracuse tries to figure things out.
We saw Chukwu and Battle on the bench. That was the first that Tyus has actually sat down since he came out of the game. Well, the Orange played nearly 10 minutes with Battle on the bench. He had 2 fouls late in the first half against Texas Southern on Saturday. That's when Gino Thorpe had 13 points in that time. Toledo, he's the guy to step up. Toledo
moving into their 3-2 zone again. With Battle being out of the game, they're going to force Syracuse to take some outside shots.
Here's one from Brissett and hits. Who's going to step up? The first man, O'Shea Brissett.
That's good news right there. That's good for Syracuse. Hopefully they can continue.
It's a double-double now for Brissett. 10 and 10 points and rebounds. The crowd now involved.
Got to have a good defensive possession right here.
Alderson long 2. Got his own miss. Kanapke denied. Moyer and Brissett. Howard fouled. Stars on the bench. Others stepping up.
Take at the free throw line. We're looking for other people at Syracuse to step up. Hopefully it's more than one person right now is going to have to do it.
Enjoying a career night right now, first career 20-point game. And once again, we apologize for our audio difficulties here inside the dome tonight. The Orange have stretched the lead, as you saw, if not heard. Foul trouble for both centers, 4 on each Chukwu and Sidibe. Brian Higgins here alongside former Lemoyne head coach Steve Evans. But Steve, all told, the Orange have been impressive with their star Tyus battle on the bench.
Absolutely. It's been different people stepping up, and there's been a lot of energy. And you can see the crowd getting into the game right now, players feeding off of that, the ball starting to move, other people getting involved. But Frank Howard stepping up, that's for sure.
Frank has been outstanding tonight, a career high 21 right now. But a rebounding foul on the Orange. Well, Toledo in a bit of a danger zone here as they're stuck down 11. What do they need to do to get back in the game? I mean, they probably had to think, all right, Tyus battles out, this is our time, and that has not been the case.
And that's what happens sometimes. You take a breath and you relax a little bit, thinking battles out of the game, things are going to get easier. At the same time, Syracuse is realizing we got to step up our game right now. So sometimes the injury, things like that can work against you or work for you, depending on it.
We just saw that jumper by Luke Kanapke. Coach, he's 0 of 7 from the floor from that kind of area.
And he's gotten some great looks, and I think it's just in his head right now.
O'Shea Brissett is taking over after halftime.
That was a nice Euro move, or I guess we would call it here at the free throw line.
O'Shea told us he's already knocked out Thanksgiving. He did that a month ago, as they do up north of the border. So he'll have a nice, relaxing Thursday, and he'll do so perhaps after having the best game of his young career. It's a career-high 13 points now, and O'Shea Brissett has picked up the scoring with Tyus battle on the bench and a foul. Let's see who that's on. If it's Sidibe, it's 5. Instead, Brissett. Well, despite the foul, O'Shea Brissett having a huge second half. Cuse by 13. Well, the Orange have begun pulling away here. A sudden 14-point lead. Brian Higgins here alongside former Lemoyne head coach Steve Evans. And it's a 14-point lead right now because of the freshman, O'Shea Brissett.
O'Shea Brissett has really stepped up, taking it hard to the basket, and then setting a nice setup here from Frank Howard, getting him a good look from 3. And Syracuse fans got to be happy what they're seeing here. They never want to see your better player on the bench hurt. But at the same time, it's opened up a window here for other people to step up.
O'Shea went 7 points and 6 rebounds in the first half. He has gone 6 points and 7 rebounds in the second half. That means he's got a career high in both right now. Kanapke, the free throw, and hey, that's the question. Your guy's out. Who's the next guy? And O'Shea's saying it's time for me.
Just seeing Moyer out there as well, getting extended minutes, seeing him play with some energy, that's good for Syracuse.
Well, with Tyus on the bench, you lose the 3-guard line. Moyer to the rim. Altered long by Kanapke.
He's got to go right up and flush that. If he gets fouled, he gets to the line, but he can't start ducking and double pumping.
See if Sanford can find the range. He's not hit a 3 this half. Toledo's only hit 1 after halftime. It was the 3 that gave them their lone lead of the night. Orange had a 9-0 run after, have not looked back, and a timeout here for the Rockets and Todd Kowalczyk. And still had the footage, which is doubly impressive. Coach Kowalczyk said that guy, Trayshawn Fletcher, got the most out of every second they were over across in Italy.
As you hope your players do in those cases.
Absolutely. Fletcher, jumper. Coach said he was on the thing and hanging on for dear life, which he did. Trayshawn was just kind of hanging out. He's 6'7". Large ball here. Still Tyus battle on the bench, and Coach Boeheim could afford to be cautious with Tyus with the lead. Brissett fouled on the catch.
Looks like they're really trying to showcase Brissett right now, get him the ball. It was a nice backdoor cut, good read by Howard, throwing it up high. Trying to deny him the ball. Howard throws it up and really makes a good catch with some pressure getting pushed.
That was the 4th foul on Taylor Adway. Howard trying to add to that career high, could not on that drive.
It's a good take by Frank right there. The paint's open. He's got to get in there. He's got to continue to take that hard off the ball screens.
Does Toledo have one more run in them? Down 12 in the dome. Navigado had those 3 threes before halftime. Fletcher a 3 in. There's the bounce you might need to start a run.
It's a friendly roll right there for the visitors.
11 for Fletcher. He averages 20. Those are 3s that got him in it in the first half. They'll have to fall here down the stretch.
They're still within striking distance as well, and as you said, Stanford hasn't really knocked down many here in the second half.
Frank Howard's been the leader on offense all night. Tried to slip one into Sidibe. He compounds with a foul. Well, Trayshawn Fletcher trying to step up his game after halftime. Transferred from Colorado. Came here, sat out last year. Coach said he was probably the best player of the team last year.
Yeah, you could tell Coach was excited talking about this year's team. You know, sometimes you just kind of have that grin as a coach when you know things are coming together. And he's worked really hard with his program to get where they're at right now.
Misses the front end. Orange by 9, and that time is running short.
Back into a possible box and one right now. 3-2 zone. 3-2 zone by Toledo.
So Sanford show out pretty far on Howard. Shot clock runs late. Brissett, another 3. Off to the right. Here comes Fletcher. Sanford covered well. Orange know where he is this half. Ended the first half with a big 3. Kanefsky, high low. Adway denied at the iron. Matthew Moyer.
Syracuse can capitalize here, take it hard to the basket. Toledo
changed his mind there.
Yeah, Toledo did a good job getting back.
But still, the Orange taking valuable time off the clock. Up 9. Moyer, a strong second half. Thorpe climbed the ladder. Sidibe fouled on the floor.
That was not an easy pass to catch right there. Good play by Steve. That didn't get you in the mood. I don't know what will.
Exactly. That was a spread for the Agents.
Syracuse has struggled a little bit getting the ball in here off the inbounds the last couple times.
They find Sidibe this time. Remember, Howard had to call timeout a few possessions ago. Thorpe, jumper blocked.
Frank looks a little tired out there. He's had the ball in his hand a lot here in the second half. He's going to have to really suck it up here the last 5 minutes. And when his teammates are in trouble, he's got to find ways to get the ball. He can't run away from it as a point guard this time of the game.
Thorpe has played the entire game thus far. It'll be the second time this year he'll throw on the full 40. Again, O'Shea, Brissett.
Great finish inside.
Career high is 15 in the lead, double figures for Syracuse. Sanford a 3. They've just not fallen after halftime. Foul on Toledo, and this time Sidibe will shoot the 1-and-1.
That's a shot Sanford's got to take. He's got to get himself involved here, try to get the team some type of energy here with 5 minutes to go.
How about this guy, O'Shea Brissett, National Player of the Year coming out of Canada last year. It always felt like a matter of when, not if, with him. And maybe tonight is the night he gets really going.
And as you say, you never want to see somebody get hurt. But sometimes those are the opportunities that other players now realize they have to step up. And I think Coach Boeheim's known all along this kid can play. He's just got to start inserting himself a little bit more into the offense.
He'll insert himself to the free throw line right now. Got shoved down by Kanapke in the rebounding process. So Sidibe misses a front end.
Good
now Brissett will shoot.
Good possession for Syracuse right now if they can get 2 out of this.
2 front ends missed. Another rebounding foul. This one on the Orange.
Coach Boeheim didn't like that call.
On Moyer. So back-to-back free throws end with rebounding fouls. That's unusual.
I feel like I'm at the Elks free throw shooting contest right now.
Here's a guy that doesn't miss much. Navigato's 85% on the young season. Dead-eye three-point shooter as well. Navigato had 3 that gave him the lead early this half. The Orange the big run after. And Toledo looking for one final push here inside the Carrier Dome. Single digits again. Thorpe.
Token pressure back into the 3-2 zone. Just giving Syracuse a different look.
And the Orange, you can see here, they're not in any hurry here. They know what the clock says. Howard. Moyer. They got away with one. Brissett. Reverses. Sidibe the putback home. First points tonight.
Absolutely. Sidibe getting his hands on the ball, being strong with it, going up and finish. You got to like to see that.
Lead is 11 again for the Orange. Toledo just trying to get a final push sparked here as we enter the final 4 minutes. Orange have guarded the three-point line much better after halftime, and Kanapke did not turn it over. They say last touch by Sidibe.
And leaving the middle open to drive, and Syracuse has done a good job with their centers and not picking up any fouls here in the second half. Really been putting it all together for the Cuse.
It's not a percentage, it's a volume thing after halftime. Toledo is 50% from 3 in the second half, but has taken just 6.
Yeah, they just can't get the three-point shots they were getting earlier. Syracuse is giving them that ball in the middle and allowing for the big guy, Napke, to go one-on-one. There's really nothing else either for him to shoot or drive.
This will foul out Barama Sidibe. His 5th foul. Barama complaining to no avail. And will send Pascal Chukwu back into the game. He himself with 4 fouls. They get the 10 fouls with the 2 centers for a reason.
And he's got to play smart here. Syracuse doesn't want to lose him. I think the rim protection is something that they're nice to have 2 of these guys right now for the Cuse.
The 3rd option at center should have come to it would likely be Merrick Dolezaj. Kanapke hits the front end. And that's something that could give Toledo just that glimmer of hope here in the waning minutes. Both free throws good for the 6'11 center.
Started off the game more of a token pressure. Now looks like they're trying to get Syracuse to possibly turn it over, get them to play a little bit faster here with the shot clock. Frank did a good job of kind of slowing it down here now and letting it settle.
Hit the 10 count with 2 to spare. Again, the clock, Syracuse's ally here with the lead. Howard on the clear out. Fouled. So Coach Boeheim says right now, he's my best on the court. It's Frank Howard time.
Get him the ball right here. Let the shot clock go. Let Frank go. Kind of a clear out situation for him. What Syracuse has to know is that when Frank's going to the basket, in these cases, they have to get back on defense. What you don't want to do is give up a missed shot. Frank's on the ground, and then all of a sudden Toledo's going the other way, shooting threes in transition.
Continuing to add to a career night. How about this week? Career high 18 points 2 days ago, 22 tonight.
Can see his confidence growing. That's what you need here this time of year before you start playing some of the big boys here on the schedule.
That never scored more than 15 in a game before Monday.
I don't think he's looked over to the bench one time to think he's coming out.
Well, it hasn't come out yet. No reason to expect it now here. Closing on 3 minutes to go in the Dome as Howard looks to go the full 40 for the 2nd time this year. Quarter 3, Navigado rattles out.
They got the ball in Frank's hands again. Imagine they're just going to kind of take the shot clock down, get it into his hands, and let him go one-on-one again.
That was a 14th rebound for O'Shea Brissett. Every time he gets any stat, it's adding to career highs. Howard again. Shovels too hot to handle for Chukwu, but deflected out.
Yeah, Frank's got to make a better decision on that. I think Brissett's the one that should have gotten that one.
I think Frank Grin agrees with you.
You always want to take care of your big men, though.
Again, deflected out. Orange have struggled here inbounding the ball in the second half.
Yeah, Toledo's done a good job of taking away the first option. Other guys have to realize it's not up to one person to get open and out of bounds plays. You got to get the ball on the deck. Looks like they're going to throw it long here.
Gino Thorpe collects.
Shot clock's down to 7. Gino's got to see that and make a play.
He does. A 3. Rebounding foul. And that may be it for Chukwu. See if they got him or Brissett. It is on Chukwu, and he is out.
It's a good shot, noticing the shot clock. Then Chukwu's just got to be smarter. I mean, that's a definite easy call for the official going over to the back. And that's one of the things. As Syracuse comes out of this game with the win, both of the centers got in foul troubles today, and they have to realize you got to be able to count to 5. 5 and you're on the bench, you're not helping the team at all. And he's got to be able to stay in the game right now because the alternative is is not somebody that's 7 foot.
Marek Dolezaj checks in. And Sanford hits. Remember when he said Pascal's 4th was kind of borderline?
Yes.
I don't think we'll say that for 5.
No, he got his money's worth on that one.
Absolutely. Sanford hits a pair. Toledo is maintaining slight contact here because of the free throws.
One of the things that happen here at the end, when you just start playing the clock, you start taking it down, you get out of a rhythm, and you're one basket away from kind of putting the game out of reach. Hopefully that will be the one, but a good block by Toledo, and they're staying in it here with 2:20 to go.
Kanapke meets Moyer at the rim. Can Sanford hit? Oh, that was 3/4 down. And a rebounding foul as Matthew Moyer crashed the glass.
There's a lot of time left in this ball game.
That 3 looked good. Here's the block.
Nice block at the rim.
Remember when Kanapke said he's only 6'11"? I think he was 7 foot on that play.
He was. I like the way Moyer went up and went after that. I think the possession before, he kind of double pumped as he went into the basket. That when he went hard, it got blocked. That's what he's got to continue to do. He's just got to try to finish as strong as he can at the rim.
Big free throw for Moyer. He had not shot any free throws this season before today.
Just got to stay on the line. You don't want to fall off that free throw when you're taking shots.
Now 3 of 5 at the line, career high 7 points.
Get to the shooters if you're Syracuse.
Long to Sanford. Offensive board. Kept his toes down. Navigado. Howard ends the possession. Toledo's had the looks the last 2 times.
Nice to have Thorpe out there right now. 2 guys that can handle the ball for Syracuse.
The tightest battle, the Orange Star, has been on the bench for the last 13 minutes. And the alley-oop to Matthew Moyer to potentially ice it.
You can see that one coming. As Howard was going, Moyer's eyes were getting bigger. Just want to continue playing. Just that little break in the halftime. Coach Boeheim makes some adjustments. They did a better job of getting out to the 3-point line, making guys put the ball on the floor. And unfortunately for Toledo, some of the shots they had were good looks. They just didn't go in.
Dwayne Rose Jr. in for the first time, nephew of former NBA MVP Derek. Fletcher left for Jackson. The freshman rattles down to 3.
Didn't really see Jackson much today. I thought we'd see a little more of him.
Looks like they went with a little more size at guard against the zone. Thorpe, Orange in clock kill mode. Have the 9-point lead for a set. Raked on the way up by Rose.
Syracuse doing a good job against the pressure, moving the ball, taking some time off the shot clock, and getting a chance here at the free throw line to knock down 2.
Well, the Orange in the second half have shot their free throws at a 70% clip. But O'Shea Brissett, what a night. 15 points, 14 rebounds. What more can we say about this guy tonight?
Not much he didn't do in the second half. Defensively, he played well. Offensively, put it together. You think of the 3 he made, the block he had, his energy in the second half. You just think when battle goes down, you're wondering who's going to step up. It was a team effort in the second half for Syracuse.
So what the coaches have liked about Brissett in these games where his offense has lagged early, his rebounding has been there the whole way, and again tonight. Both free throws are there. Brissett and Howard have combined for 40. Fletcher, the corner, Navigado. Dolajai hits the glass. Final minute, Orange lead.
Shooters are funny. That rim gets bigger and bigger when you start knocking them down, and when you start missing, you got to keep shooting. But boy, that rim starts to get a little bit tinier for you.
It has been minuscule this half for Toledo. Frank Howard, 25.
Nice little runner in the lane for Frank.
Fletcher, tough jumper. Timeout, Toledo. You can see it with Toledo. You can see Trayshawn Fletcher is going to have a really Saturday, Syracuse and Kansas.
Well, tonight's game is going to be good for them because they're not going to be able to rely on one person. You hope Tyus Battle can get the treatment, get himself back to 100% before the game. But getting some other people involved with an opportunity to show what they can do, this has been a good game for Syracuse.
Toledo gets it back. Rose is fouled, and he will shoot. Our next game here on ACC Network Extra will be on December 19th as the Orange in an in-state matchup take on the Buffalo Bulls. That one's a 7 o'clock tip on a Tuesday night here in the Dome. But a tasty schedule upcoming with the likes of Maryland, Kansas, UConn, and Georgetown all on there in the next 5 games for the Orange. Dwayne Rose Jr. hits the first. Coach said if he's on the court, something's going to happen. So I got my eyes on him.
Didn't take him long. He's at the free throw line.
I'm waiting for something else to happen. He said it's going to be good or bad.
Good or bad, right? That's what he said.
Just watch him. Final seconds ticking off here in the Orange. About to head to 5-0. Well, we knew it before the game. Steve, someone was heading out with a loss. I think Toledo, though, can leave with heads held high tonight. This looks to be a good team in the MAC this year. Moyer walked on the sideline. That will be a turnover on the inbounds.
That's not soccer. You can't be running with it there on the sideline.
Orange by 9, just 20 seconds left. Well, Toledo had their chances. Shots, though, did not fall this half. Fletcher, a long one, banked one in.
Now they're going in, right?
Speaking too soon, but still just 7 made field goals after halftime. Ahead now, Moyer. One more exclamation point.
Great pass by Dolajai. Caught it, knew right where he was going with it, and great finish by Moyer.
Fletcher, another tough one. After his last one, I thought that was dropping. Final seconds gone, and the Orange remain unbeaten. Syracuse 5-0 after the 72.